Hello, everybody. Today, I am so blessed to be here with you today to share my journey and my path and what I'm doing in my life. And I invite anyone who wants to be on this journey as we go through the different concepts. Hello, Jeffrey. The different concepts, and hello, Eric, and the different phases that we all go through. And today I'm just going to focus here a wee bit on fear. What is it that we are most afraid of? And it's just, there's so much out there. There's so much that we let get in our way. There's so much that we are afraid of losing or of not acquiring or afraid of where we're going to end up. And I speak of this as people get older in, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you tend to get that little fear there of what am I going to do? What's going to happen to me when I can't work anymore or when I can't take care of this? Oh, thank you. When I can't take care of myself, when I can't do what I have done my whole life. What is going to happen to me? And that is a fear that brings a lot of us down. And it's a fear that it does not have to be that way. Hello, how are you? You don't have to be afraid of where you're going to be or how you're going to be there, because that is what is going to take you down. If you let that fear, any fear at all, there's a fear of loss of love. There's a fear of maybe not having the money you want in your bank account. There's a fear of, if you do have the money, of, am I going to keep it? How do I keep it? There's a fear of your home being lost or you're not having it, or, whatever the fear is around that. There's a fear of not being able to provide for your family. There's a fear of not being able to fix your car if it breaks. There are so many fears that we have in our lives every single day. And what happens is when you take that fear and you just fixate on it and you just make it more than it needs to be, then it becomes more than it needs to be. But if you take, the solution is, and it's so simple, the solution is if you take that fear and say, you know what, you're there, I understand, but you know what, you're not a part of my life, and this will not be a part of my being. I will age gracefully. I will take care of everything I need to take care of. Everything is going to play into place. And pray, yes, pray is a good thing. Meditation is one of the biggest keys that I can help people with, and I do recommend it highly. And I guess you could use it as a part of prayer. When you meditate, you clear your mind and you become more in tune with the universe, with God, with the source, with everything, all the being around you. And when you meditate on that, and you can take whatever is you're fearful of and put it in your meditation and say, you know what, I don't want this anymore. I don't need this anymore. This is not part of my life. So I want to resolve this. I want it gone. And you will get it gone because you have that passion to clear it away. And like I said, there's so much that people used to be afraid of in their lives to hold them back. If, a lot of people, and I know a lot of, I don't want to date anybody out there or myself to included, but back in the day, in the 50s and the 60s, and I think the early 70s, if I'm reading history right, I'm not positive on that, but I'll have to double check that one. But people were afraid to change jobs. People were afraid that if they didn't stick with the job that they had, the job that was taking care of the family, putting food on the table, putting a roof over your head, and that type of thing, then they didn't, even if their passion wasn't in it, even if they didn't have the desire to stay in that job, they did anyway for fear of not being able to find another job. And I do know people like that went through their whole lives and they did not move forward in what they really wanted to do in life because they were afraid. They were afraid they wouldn't succeed. They were afraid they wouldn't make it. They were afraid that the family would suffer. It was always about taking care of other people. And that's fine. I'm not saying anything about that not being fine, because it is. We all have family that we take care of, that we nourish, and that we put our heart and soul into making sure they're happy and comfortable and that everybody is good. It's a given. That's just the people that we are. But while we're doing that, while we're taking care of the people that we love and the people that we cherish so much, we have to think about ourselves also. Because when you look at you're the foundation. You are the foundation of your family, of your life. You, your soul, your entity, whatever you want to say it is, you are the soul of your entity, of your being, and you're the foundation. So when you take care of you and you're doing what makes you happy, then your family is going to profit more from you doing what you love to do, what you want to do, and have more of you participating in family activities, in being there, and less fearful. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I get afraid of something, I get this really gloomy, dark feeling, and it just wants to go, ugh. How can I stop this? How can I get out of this? I don't want to do this. I'm afraid to do this. I'm afraid to do that. When that happens to me, I get overwhelmed. And you know what happens? It escalates. It escalates so bad. It's not even happy. It just escalates to the point where you don't know what to do. So you let that fear take root. And it makes you afraid to take action, a positive action in your direction. Whatever it is that you want to do in your life, if you don't put yourself out there first, and you can worry about, what the rest of the family is doing, or you could not. It's up to you. Each person is different. But if you personally don't let the fear take hold, if you don't let the fear rule you, then you will be the winner. You will be the victor in that battle. And fear is always a battle. It's always a battle because it gets there and it grabs on, and then it escalates. You'll find something else for you to be afraid of, something else for you to not take steps for, something else for you to not be happy for. You could be afraid to drive across the state, or maybe it's 2 hours away and you don't want to go because you say it's too far and you don't want to spend the money on gas, or you don't want to put the miles on your car, whatever it is. But the rest of the family is like, oh my gosh, we should go see that. We should go do that. What would happen? Just a question. What would happen if you take the family and you go to that 2 hour away event or place or whatever it is, and you go and you have an awesome, spectacular time, and you have a memory that is going to grow and grow and be with you constantly. It's just amazing how this will help you. Excuse me, that's my phone going off. It goes off a lot. I should have turned it off before I got on here, and I didn't. Okay, but it is a plus for you. If you're happy, if you take that fear, you're going to teach your family, you're going to teach your kids, your grandkids, whomever. You're going to teach them that, you know what? It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be afraid to cross the street. It's okay to be afraid to swim. It's okay to be afraid to spend that $20 on extra gas or whatever, because it's okay. You're going to get more. You're going to be happy. You're going to have a lifestyle or a life that you want to be proud of. And don't let fear take you away from that. Because what fear does is it grabs you and it holds you hostage. I know some people that are afraid, and they make every excuse they can to do anything that is happy and fun because they're afraid of spending the money. They're afraid of the time it takes to go do that for whatever reason. Everyone has their own reasons, nothing wrong with that. But it makes you lose. When you do that, you lose. You lose the memories, the fun, the happiness. When you have fun and happiness in your life, there's no room for fear. There is no room for fear when you have happiness and love and joy, and you are just so open to having new experiences. There's no room for fear. Fear cannot live in a body of happiness. There's no room. There is no room at all. And when you take that road and you take that path, and you, my friends, are deciding, this is where my life is going to be, this is what I'm going to do, fear is going to come. It always does. It always comes. And for whatever reason, push it away and say, you know what? Okay, I'm afraid to do that. But you know what? It's going to come out good because I said it is, because it's my life, my choice, my way. And I am going to succeed, and it's going to be what I want to do. And that's what I'm doing. And fear will just fade away. It has no bearing. When you're happy and you're just excited, and no matter what, you're just going to say, I don't need you. I'm not afraid of you anymore. I am not afraid to spend that $20 on gas or on whatever. I'm not afraid to do that. I'm not afraid to invest in myself. I'm not afraid to do a different job. So simple. And you know what? There's no room for fear when you are not afraid to see yourself in the light, to see yourself moving forward, to see yourself having what you want. There's no room for fear. And if you're at retirement age or, whatever phase of life we're all different phases in, then it's okay, because you know what? You are going to succeed. You are going to be spectacular. Regardless if you're living on Social Security and maybe you need some extra income, that's great. There's so many ways to make extra income. A lot of it is online, and you can do it from the comfort of your home. You can do anything you want, just like I do. I work from home and I do online business, and I have an income that comes in, and it's wonderful. It's relaxing, and I can have the lifestyle I choose to have. And you can have that too. And like I said, meditation is a huge key. If you meditate every day, I would say 15, 20 minutes is all you need. It doesn't take a long time. And just try to do everything first thing in the morning. I get up early and meditate and do some exercises, just some, deep knee bends, stretching, or whatever you want to do. And affirmations. Affirmations are good as long as they're positive, joined to you. They have to be joined to you to make the affirmations part of you. And that's what you need to do for that. Very important. Okay, but the key here is don't be afraid, because fear is so toxic. I was looking for the right word there. You ever do that? Your brain just goes peep and it just goes away. So it's toxic, and you don't need toxic in your life. So just push the fear away, and you can have and do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Everyone has their own life plan, their own way of doing things, and that's fine. That's what makes us all great. Okay, guys, that is my message for today. And don't let fear get in your way. There's too much of it out there, and too many people are afraid to do what they know they need to do. Okay, I wish you all the best and warmth, and I just am so blessed to be here with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will chat with you all again tomorrow. Okay, guys, I will chat with you later. Thank you.